My name is Asia Pope, and this is my story time about my ex. So, it's my freshman year of high school, which is like 2011, 2012. Freshman year, I'm so excited. It's a new year. I'm not a kid anymore. I graduated from middle school. I'm so ready, so pumped. And I had a boyfriend. And me and this boyfriend had been together for since seventh grade year, or on and off seventh grade year. That's it's kind of young, but mom, I was so excited about it. So, you know, we're gonna call him Bob. So me and Bob decided that it was time for us to have sex. I don't know why we thought it was okay to have sex. I don't know, what was so great about it, but we decided that we were gonna have sex with each other. We decided we were gonna be each other's first and last, and that was it. So, I'm in band. I had been in band since 8th grade. He had been in band since 7th grade. So we're in band together, and we have a parade. So, I'm so excited. It's my first parade in band. My new director. So, we get there. My mom tells me that she has something to do with her boyfriend. So Bob's mom offers to take me over to their house when we're done, so I'm not at home by myself, because my mom didn't know when she was going to be back. So, I'm excited because, that was the day we said, okay, we're going to do this. This is going to happen. This is it. There's no turning back. So, we get done the parade, and his mom comes, and, it's all good. We're so excited because, we're so pumped because we're about to have sex. Like, woohoo, sex. No, sex is not that big of a deal. So, we get there, and, we're sitting down. We're awkward. 14, 15, really awkward, sitting there watching TV, and, we start kissing, and, it happened. I thought, that was it. That was the ceiling point. This is us. We're not breaking up. This is it. We're gonna be together through high school. We're gonna get married. You're gonna go to school, and I'm gonna be here, and I'm gonna have the kids and all this other stuff. And I just had these big dreams, and it was just all false. He gets there, we get done, and it's maybe 2 weeks after it happened. It's the first football game. I'm so excited. I think we're cool because he's we're caking. That's the old word. And we're flirting, and it's just, we're fine. So maybe a week after that, it's a Sunday. I just got out of church, and he calls me and says, we need to talk. I'm like, talk about what? And he says, I don't want to be with you anymore. And my whole life just stopped. My whole world stopped because I just was not expecting. I'm thinking we're fine. I just gave you my virginity. What do you mean you want to break up with me? You can't leave me. No. So I asked him, can I call him back? And he says yes. So I call him back that night, and he's just being so rude to me. He's cutting me off. He's telling me to why are you talking to me? I'm not your boyfriend. And he was just we're not together. Stop calling me that. I'm not your babe. I'm not your boyfriend. And I just bust in tears. I've never cried. I don't think I've ever cried so hard in my life. And I just did not know what to do. I wanted to fix it, and I didn't know how. So, I'm in tears. I'm this is so humiliating, and I don't understand. And I'm so confused, and so I go to school the next day, eyes puffy, did not get any sleep, up crying. And, my best friend at the time, she ran up to me and was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I tell her, and it's just I'm just crying. And then there's this guy. He's in band with us. He went to school with me. I'm not going to say what grade he was in. But, he was in band with us. He was older than me. So, he comes over there. He sees me. And he's like, are you okay? And I look up at him because, I recognize his voice. But I didn't know his name yet. So I was like, yeah, I'm fine. We're going to call him Bappo. Don't ask why. We're just going to call him... No, we're going to call him Yoshi. So Yoshi, he's like, are you okay? You're alright? And I'm like, I'm fine. I just walk away and I go to class. I'm sad. I'm just so depressed and so sad because my first relationship is over. Like, that is so heartbreaking for a 14-year-old that has never, like, had any type of crush. No one's ever didn't want to catch cooties for me. No one's ever picked on me, you know? And it was so, like, it hurt so bad. So, you know, we're all three of us are in band together. So I literally see Bob every day after school for practice. And I see Yoshi, too. So, you know, Yoshi, you know, one day I just get so sad thinking about like what happened with me and Bob. And then one day Yoshi's just like, you know, if you ever need somebody to talk to, I'm here for you. I will listen to you. Like, I don't want anything. And I just hug him and I start crying on his shoulder. Yes, I was a very sensitive child. Please don't judge me. But yeah, I started crying. I started bawling into his shirt and he helped me. And it was great. It was great for me. I felt like so good that he was, you know, just there for me because I really just needed that. I needed to cry and just let it all out. So me and him start talking. You know, I get to know him. And he's like, you know, and then one day he tells me, you know, he would walk me to class. He would, you know, and it's making me, you know, kind of suspicious because, you know, that's some of the stuff Bob used to do. So, you know. So Yoshi would walk me to class and, like, you know, bring me candy. And we'd text all the time. And he'd call me all the time. So one day we were texting. He's like, I have to tell you something. And I'm what? You know, at this point, and I can tell. Everybody can tell that we like each other and that we should make it official. But we're just like, no, we're just friends, but, you know, we're fighting it. So he's like, I have to tell you something. He's like, what? And he just, like, kept delaying it. And then he finally said, I like you. And I was so happy. Like, my heart fluttered. I was so excited. Like, I was jumping up and down. I was so happy he told me he liked me because I really liked him. So he's like, I like you. And I told him, I was like, I like you too. So I think a week after that, or maybe not even a week, we made it official. And I was so happy. I was so excited. You know, we got to see each other every day. I got to sometimes see him after school. He didn't live too far from me. So it was like perfect. And then it wasn't so perfect. He had an issue with, you know, my other ex, Bob, in band, because he would make little jokes about what happened between us, and it would make him really mad, and it just kind of got really difficult for him, you know. And it wasn't a big problem, but it did become a problem. But after a while, you know, we got used to it or whatever. And then I messed up. I do not whatsoever condone cheating under any circumstance. And you know what I mean by cheating. You don't pull that everything is cheating bullshit. No, you know what's cheating and you know what's not cheating. I do not condone cheating, but I have cheated. I cheated on him with my best friend, who I'm not gonna say any names, but I cheated on him with my best friend. No, my best friend was not a boy. Think what you want. I don't really care. Anyway, so, you know, that happened. It happened a few times. And I just did not want to tell him because he was just... I was his first girlfriend. The first, like, real girlfriend for, like, more than, like, 2 months. Or something like that. So I just could not break his heart because he had been through, like, so much with all these, like, girls in his past. And I just did not want to tell him. So I didn't. And then one day, I think it was sophomore year, we dated all through my freshman year. And then we dated through my sophomore and most of my junior year. And then one day, my best friend decides that she's gonna tell him. Not talking to me, she just one day was like, yeah, me and your girlfriend had sex. I knew something was wrong because he had that look in his eye. Like, he wasn't angry, but he just, like, looked so hurt and broken. And I just felt so horrible with myself. And when I say I felt horrible, I felt so bad. And I was just like, why did I do that? Like, why would I do that to him. And he found out and he asked me, what happened and why, and I just couldn't say anything. I didn't want to give him a bullshit excuse, but what else could I say? So I told him all I could. I told him the truth. And so that became a very, very, very huge problem in our relationship. He said he forgave me. I thought it's not easy to get over somebody cheating, but if you can work it out, then kudos to you, because that is something that is so hard to get over. I've been cheated on, so for me to be the cheater, I can only imagine, what the pain I put him through. So no, he just, he could not forgive me. Like, he could not trust me again. Mind you, we've been dating for like a year now, year and a half, and it was such a problem. And then another problem was he had all these female friends, and they were just constantly flirting with him and trying to, get him to pay me back for cheating on him. And I was like, no, we have to work this out. You can't have this. And he was like, well, at least they're trying to make me happy and like you, and it would hurt. And I would just cry so much because I just couldn't fix it. I could not fix it. So we just broke up. We said we need to take time from each other to try to figure out, what to do. So we ended it. We still talked every day. We still tried to, fix it while we were not together. And then he started dating my best friend, which is a girl, which was the same best friend I cheated on him with. And they started dating. And it crushed me so much because I knew I messed up, but I didn't think that I messed up so much that he had to date my best friend. Like, I understand it was wrong with what I did, but it's just, it's one of those implicit rules that you just don't date a person. You just don't date your best friend's boyfriend, and you don't date your ex-girlfriend's best friend. Like, it's just one of those things you just know. And it hurt so bad. And she was just like, I asked her why she did it. And she said because she felt like it. And I didn't know what to do. I'm young and I'm dumb. I have no experience in the real world. I'm trying to find my way just like everybody else. I'm probably 16, probably 15 by this time. And I just don't know what to do. And I forgive them both. And I remain friends with her. We're not friends now, but I can never explain to you why I just stayed friends with her. But after a while, I just called it quits, but I still went back. And I was always sensitive and really I didn't have a backbone. And I just let people walk over me, and I kept letting it happen. I just kept making excuses for people. And they let me, and nobody, people would tell me you can't be a doormat. And I'm like, I know, I'm not. And people walked all over me. I did so much stuff for people. I bought so many people food. I let so many people stay at my house. Let people borrow my clothes. Like, I was people's listening ear, but the people just kept shitting on my life. So I stayed friends with her, and we and him got back together. And it was just so much worse. Like, I cried every day. My mom stopped talking to me. About my family started getting distant from me. I had these days of depression. I had low self-esteem. I had all of this going on because I just felt like I was never good enough for him anymore. And that's how he made me feel. And I told him that, and he just felt like he was justified because, I cheated on him, and he felt like he had that right to, be angry with me. But it's like, I want to fix it, and you're not letting me fix it because you're angry and you're yelling and you're going with these girls that flirt with you and that want to date you. And, and these girls are sending me messages. These girls were texting me. I'm like 14, 15. I have like these grown women. He like had a bunch of older girls. I had these grown ass women texting me, threatening me that they were going to steal my boyfriend. And he still continued to stay friends with them. And it just hurt so bad. And I just cried. My mom hated it. Everybody hated it. Everybody in band, hated it. All my friends stopped listening to me when I had problems. Because, if someone's not listening, you're going to, you're just gonna stop talking because you're not gonna waste your breath on somebody when it's going in one ear and out the other. And I felt alone. I felt sad. I felt depressed. I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I, self-inflicted wounds, emotional wounds, just all of it. And it was hard for me. I'm not saying this to get pity. I'm saying this because this is my story. I went through a lot my first 2 years of high school. And in junior year, I decided that I was going to make the most of my last 2 years no matter what. If I had to cut people off, I was going to cut people off. If I had to be by myself, I was going to be by myself with me, myself, and I. So I got my backbone. It took some time, I still struggle with it, but I found my backbone. And with me and him, I just said, it's over. And he couldn't believe that I finally said it was over, but I didn't know what to do. I would literally beg him on, like, crying in tears in the hallways in school, after band practice, on the phone late at night, 2 a.m. in the morning, gotta get up at 6 to go get on the bus. All of this, I would beg him to talk to me and work it out with me, and it just felt like he didn't. I felt like he would never forgive me. He would never get over it. And I mean, I understand it's hard to do, but at the same time, it's like, if you say you love me as much as you do, you say you want to work this out more than me, and you know all of this, why aren't you trying to work it out? Why are you making me cry? I understand you cry. I understand this is hard for you, but I'm trying to fix it, and you're not letting me fix it. You're shutting me down. You're shutting me out. And the things he was doing to me, he would say I was doing to him. He would say I was shutting him out. But I would text him 24/7, call him 24/7, get in trouble for him 24/7, constantly on punishment, couldn't go nowhere, losing my phone privileges, like, grades slipping, all of that. Like, it was bad. It just got so bad, and I finally said enough is enough. And I ended it. And I felt such a weight and such a burden just lifted off of my shoulders, and I felt so confident and so happy. So that's my story. I hope whoever watches this gets the courage to, stand up and get out of a relationship. There are many types of abusive relationship. There's verbal abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse. Mine was verbal, and it hurts just as much as any other abuse. So even if I don't win this contest, if I just get one person to just change their mind about their relationship, to just take a stand, or just one of those people that are just a doormat to just finally stand up and get their backbone, it'll be worth it.